The date is August 28, 1989. A wave of anticipation sweeps through the Meadowlands Arena in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The main event of SummerSlam is about to begin, and the capacity crowd of 20,000 fans holds its collective breath as a 6'6", 300-pound behemoth emerges through the curtain. Zeus stands motionless at the entrance, his intense gaze fixed straight ahead, his perpetual scowl sending shivers through the audience. The silence is broken only by the murmurs of disbelief as this human mountain begins his methodical march toward the ring. This wasn't just another wrestling angle. This was the culmination of a groundbreaking crossover between Hollywood and sports entertainment that would mark the pinnacle of Zeus's wrestling career. The atmosphere in the arena is electric, with fans understanding they were witnessing something unprecedented, a movie villain stepping directly into the real-world wrestling arena to confront his silver screen nemesis, Hulk Hogan. The match itself would prove to be a masterclass in storytelling and psychology. As Zeus makes his way to the ring alongside his partner, Macho Man Randy Savage, the dynamic was palpable. Their opponents, WWF champion Hulk Hogan and Brutus the Barber Beefcake, stood ready for battle, with Miss Elizabeth making her own separate entrance to a thunderous ovation. The strategic decision to have Elizabeth enter separately added an extra layer of drama to an already charged atmosphere. From the opening bell, the match showcased Zeus's unique presence in professional wrestling. As Beefcake and Savage brawled on the floor, Zeus demonstrated his dominance by completely no-selling Hogan's initial offense, a sight that sent shockwaves through the crowd. No one had ever seen the seemingly invincible Hulk Hogan's attacks have so little effect on an opponent. The monster's devastating bear hug became the story of the early match, as both Beefcake and Hogan fell victim to his raw power. The sight of Zeus manhandling Hogan, something few had ever accomplished, cemented his status as a legitimate threat to the champion's supremacy. The match's intensity continued to build as Savage delivered precision offensive moves, including multiple diving double axe handles from the top rope and a running knee that nearly secured victory. The tactical alliance between Zeus and Savage proved effective, as they isolated Hogan and wore him down with a combination of Zeus's raw power and Savage's technical expertise in a riveting display that had the crowd on the edge of their seats. This night at SummerSlam represented the perfect storm of timing, talent, and theatrical opportunity. Zeus had transcended his role as the antagonist from the film No Holds Barred to become one of the most intimidating figures in professional wrestling. His massive frame, perpetual scowl, and legitimate tough guy demeanor made him an extraordinary malefactor, the likes of which had yet to be seen. The WWF, in the midst of its golden age, had successfully integrated a Hollywood creation into its real-world product, and for a brief moment, Zeus stood at the summit of sports entertainment. But the story of the man behind this powerhouse heel extends far beyond that summer evening in New Jersey. Born on June 24, 1958 in Compton, California, Thomas Dwayne Lister Jr.'s early life was marked by significant challenges. Born blind in his right eye due to a detached and deformed retina, he developed a distinctive appearance that would later become his trademark. Rather than allowing his condition to limit him, Lister channeled his energy into athletics, particularly track and field, where he excelled as a shot putter at California State University, Los Angeles. Tommy Lister's imposing physical presence and natural charisma caught the attention of Hollywood casting directors in the mid-1980s. Early roles in films like Runaway Train in 1985 and Beverly Hills Cop 2 in 1987 established him as a reliable character actor, particularly in roles that required an intimidating physical presence. However, it was his casting as Zeus, the antagonist in the 1989 wrestling film No Holds Barred, that would alter the trajectory of his career. No Holds Barred was a pivotal project for the World Wrestling Federation. As their first major film production featuring their biggest star, Hulk Hogan, the stakes were enormous. Lister's portrayal of Zeus, a ruthless fighter who nearly ends Hogan's character's career, was so convincing that WWF owner Vince McMahon saw an opportunity to translate the fictional rivalry into real-world wrestling gold. The transition from the movie to the wrestling ring was unprecedented at the time. While the WWF had previously featured celebrities like Mr. T, Zeus represented something entirely different, a movie character stepping directly into the actual wrestling world. The storyline was simple but effective. Zeus, furious about losing to Hogan in the movie, sought revenge in real life. This blurring of fiction and reality was revolutionary for its time and set the stage for similar storylines in the decades to follow. Zeus made his first WWF television appearance during a segment of Saturday night's main event. As Hogan celebrated a victory, the arena lights dimmed, and Zeus emerged, silent but menacing. Without speaking a word, he established himself as a legitimate threat to the seemingly invincible champion. The audience's reaction confirmed what WWF officials had hoped. Zeus had successfully crossed the boundary from fiction to reality. The build-up to SummerSlam 1989 was masterfully executed. Zeus appeared sporadically on WWF programming, never wrestling, but always making his presence felt through intense stare-downs and physical confrontations with Hogan. His limited appearances maintained an aura of mystery and danger around his character. The Federation marketed Zeus as the human wrecking machine, emphasizing his Hollywood background while simultaneously establishing his legitimacy as a force to be reckoned with. The SummerSlam main event saw Zeus team with Macho Man Randy Savage against Hulk Hogan and Brutus the Barber Beefcake. The match itself was a testament to smart booking. Zeus was protected by the tag team format, allowing him to showcase his power and intensity in controlled bursts, while his more experienced partners carried the technical aspects of the match. The crowd's reaction to every Zeus entrance into the ring confirmed the success of his character development. The match underwent a fascinating metamorphosis through various permutations of bear hugs, aerial assaults, and near falls, with Zeus's raw power and Savage's technical prowess testing the resilience of their opponents. The denouement arrived when, amid a carefully orchestrated chaos involving sensational Sherry's loaded purse and Miss Elizabeth's timely intervention, Hogan managed to execute his signature maneuvers on Zeus, the scoop slam followed by the leg drop in order to secure the victory. Following SummerSlam, Zeus's momentum continued into the Survivor Series. In a thrilling showdown, the Hulkamaniacs of Hulk Hogan, Demolition, and Jake Roberts clashed with the $1 Million Team, consisting of the $1 Million Man, Zeus, and the Powers of Pain. Chaos erupted early when Zeus was disqualified for shoving the referee after mercilessly choking Hogan, leaving his squad a man down. Acts of Demolition seemed poised to dominate the Warlord, but a timely distraction from Mr. Fuji allowed Warlord to secure the pin. Smash, seeking retribution for his partner's elimination, fell to Barbarian's aerial onslaught, evening the playing field at 2-on-2. However, the Powers of Pain's overzealous double-teaming of Hogan backfired, leading to their disqualification. With only the $1 Million Man left, he outwitted Roberts thanks to Virgil's interference, setting the stage for a climactic battle of captains. In the end, Hogan's iconic leg drop sealed the victory, crowning him the sole survivor. The match further cemented Zeus's status as a genuine main event player, even as his limitations as a wrestler became more apparent. The culmination of Zeus's WWF run came on December 27, 1989, at the No Holds Barred pay-per-view event, which began with a full broadcast of the No Holds Barred film and culminated in a pre-taped wrestling match. The latter event, recorded during a Wrestling Challenge taping on December 12th at the Nashville Municipal Auditorium, seamlessly fused cinema and sport into a singular evening of entertainment. The main event featured Zeus and Savage facing Hogan and Beefcake in a steel cage match. In a wild exchange, all four competitors were left sprawled after Hogan suplexed Zeus, while Beefcake and Savage slammed into the cage in a brutal collision. Seizing the moment, sensational Sherry slipped a chain to Savage, who leapt from the top of the cage aiming to crush Beefcake, but Beefcake intercepted him mid-air. After knocking Savage to the mat, Beefcake escaped the cage, with Savage scrambling out shortly after. With the match now focused on Hogan and Zeus, Hogan mounted a relentless assault, dropping 3 signature leg drops to secure the pin and clinch victory for his team. This would prove to be Zeus's final WWF appearance, but it served as a fitting conclusion to a storyline that had begun with the movie nearly a year earlier. Throughout his brief but impactful WWF tenure, Zeus brought something unique to professional wrestling. His character wasn't built on technical wrestling ability or microphone skills, but rather on an overwhelming physical presence and an ability to project genuine danger. After departing from the Federation, Lister returned to his acting career with renewed momentum. His wrestling exposure had increased his profile, leading to more prominent roles. Perhaps his most memorable post-wrestling role came in 1995's Friday, where he portrayed the neighborhood bully Debo. The role became iconic, showcasing Lister's ability to balance intimidating physical presence with subtle comedy. He would reprise the role in Next Friday 5 years later, further cementing his place in popular culture. Lister's filmography continued to grow throughout the 1990s and 2000s, including notable appearances in The Fifth Element, Jackie Brown, and The Dark Knight. While these roles varied in size, they consistently demonstrated his ability to make an impact with limited screen time. His distinctive appearance and deep voice made him instantly recognizable, even in smaller roles. Despite his success in Hollywood, Lister's brief wrestling career remained a significant part of his legacy. The WWF's handling of Zeus also provided a blueprint for future celebrity involvement in wrestling. Unlike many celebrity appearances that felt forced or artificial, Zeus's integration into the wrestling world was organic and believable. The character's connection to No Holds Barred provided a logical entry point, while Lister's physical presence and commitment to the role made the transition feel natural. Lister's connection to wrestling didn't end with his WWF run. He made a brief appearance in WCW in 1996, wrestling as Z Gangster in the infamous Doomsday Cage match at Uncensored. While this appearance didn't achieve the same impact as his WWF work, it demonstrated the lasting appeal of his wrestling persona. Throughout his career, Lister remained proud of his time as Zeus, often speaking positively about his wrestling experience in interviews. He understood the unique place he occupied in wrestling history, not quite a full-time wrestler, but more than just another celebrity attraction. His work helped establish a template for future crossover appearances and demonstrated the potential for storytelling across multiple media platforms. Tragically, on December 10, 2020, police conducting a wellness check discovered Tommy "Tiny" Lister lifeless in his Marina del Rey home at the age of 62. While initial speculation pointed to complications from COVID-19, the coroner's final report confirmed that his death resulted from hypertension and atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease. His death prompted an outpouring of tributes from both the wrestling and entertainment communities, highlighting the impact he had made in both worlds. Former colleagues praised not only his on-screen presence, but also his kindness and professionalism behind the scenes. Looking back on Tommy Lister's legacy in professional wrestling, it's clear that his impact extended far beyond his brief time in the spotlight. Zeus wasn't just another movie tie-in or celebrity appearance. He was a groundbreaking character who helped push the boundaries of what was possible in professional wrestling storytelling. In an era before social media and constant cross-promotion, Zeus represented one of the first successful attempts at bringing Hollywood and wrestling together in a meaningful way. The success of Zeus also demonstrated the enduring power of presence in professional wrestling. While Lister wasn't a trained wrestler, his ability to project intensity and peril made him a believable threat to even the biggest stars of the era. In many ways, he was a forerunner to later attractions like Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather, legitimate tough guys whose appeal transcended traditional wrestling boundaries. In the end, Tommy "Tiny" Lister's legacy in professional wrestling isn't measured by championship reigns or five-star matches, but by the lasting impact he made during his brief time in the spotlight. Zeus remains one of the most memorable characters of wrestling's golden age, a testament to both Lister's screen presence and the WWF's ability to create larger-than-life moments. His story serves as a reminder that sometimes the most significant impacts in professional wrestling come not from technical ability or lengthy careers, but from the ability to capture the imagination and create moments that resonate long after the final bell has rung. Thank you for watching.